and thanks for the meditation and the affirmation and the constant reminder that we all are one with another. Can you hear me in the back row? Barely? Talk louder. What I'm going to do today, partly because the grandkids were here and partly because I had a really simple awareness of this whole good news idea. I tend to be a very positive person because I choose to be. And I choose to be because it is my way of maintaining my happiness, my health, my prosperity, and frankly, the most important in my life is giving to others. I was born that way, lived in a family that fostered that, and it's who I am. But I felt like I need to share with you my process, because Betty Lue has process that I use in my life to remember. So I'm going to read the process that I went through, and then I'll probably share a little bit more with you. But I want you to be listening for what is your process. How do you remember who you are? How do you remember to be love in the world? How do you remember to be a giver? How do you remember to be abundantly alive? He said, I came to that you might have life. I came to remind you to have life and have it more abundantly. Perhaps the most powerful message other than love God and love others as you love yourself. So, my affirmations. Goodness, for goodness sake, give only good news. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Sounds like a grandma to me. If you're up to no good, then stop and choose again. Do only and always good for goodness sake, for goodness sake, for God's sake. You know, we have that phrase. Do good for God's sake. Can it be that we have made the world we see? Big question that sometimes comes up. Can it be that we made the world we see? Can it be that you and I made the world that we're currently perceiving? So I then wrote, the theme for my Sunday talk at Brentwood Unity is give only good news. We must care enough to share what's good and healthy and inspiring. And life can be fun, safe, and easy if we listen within for the messages of good, of God. And everything works together for good. So, Betty Lue, what has appeared to be not so good? This was written probably, I'm going to say Wednesday or Thursday of this last week. So what came out is so many folks needing physical, emotional, and financial help. And where we live, it feels like there's a never-ending flow of people in need, major need. Internet blocking my loving reminders for 5 days. You probably don't quite know how that almost 16-year practice is the foundation for my spiritual life. I sit at that computer and I write every morning, and so when they don't go out, it felt like what's going on. And it has happened occasionally over the last almost 16 years. And again, happened this morning, by the way, just to remind me. So insurance authorization blocked because of misspelling my name. So my Medi-Cal clients, you know, I can't get insurance for them, and I continue seeing them because my name is Lieber, and maybe even Lue, Lue. Our rentals needing attention. No heat in my Middletown office. Schedule, so we have blankets and a little space heater. Schedule full with limited time for completion of paperwork. And clients having extreme needs with alcohol, drugs, breakups, and breakdowns. Now, somebody else might have a lot of personal stuff on their interference list, you know, how come I have aches and pains and all that. For me, what I realized when I looked at this, it's really all about service. How do I serve? How do I take care? How do I give? And when it feels interfered with, it's hard. It's painful. It causes me to doubt. So you're going to hear my doubting questions. So what is the interference? Where have I put fear somewhere in it? Because that word, it doesn't mistakenly say interfere. It says interfere, interfere. What is the message? Am I getting it in my own way? Is there a problem here? Do I have too much to handle? Have I not responded with gratitude? Am I not listening within? Oh dear, where do I begin? And I don't know if you actually stop and ask yourself, but I ask myself when something goes wrong, what is wrong in me? Where have I forgotten or neglected or gotten afraid? Where have I gotten in my own way, stepped in my own foot? So then I wrote my own truth from within me. I am love. It's only love I'm here to give. When I am loving, all works well. When I get frustrated, I block my love and faith. All is working when I am flowing with what is, and when I feel frustrated, my heart is not flowing. When I am pushed, I cannot hear and see where to go. When I allow life to pull at me, I'm not free. And if you resonate with any of that, just be with it. Just be with it. I'm here to be truly helpful. I'm here to listen within. I'm here to represent only love. I'm here to fully realize the love I am. And then my questioning, doubting mind, do I have too many responsibilities, or do I simply need to respond with love? Am I setting myself up to feel pulled and pushed, or do I simply need to let go and know? Am I clear about my own needs for time and space? And do I appreciate my life of love and respect? Am I not choosing what's highest and best for me, and giving only the highest good for all I see? No need for disaster, anger, or fear. I simply need to be clear. I must allow myself to enjoy. When I'm not happy, I'm off purpose. So what do I do when I don't know what to do? What do I do when I don't know what to do? I let go and trust God. I allow what is to be. I set myself free. And then there's the place where I am. Taking on the backlog of problems and pain of others requires release. Right now I'm probably counseling with 25 to 35 people each week in severe distress, not as I was before, where it would be issues of spiritual direction or life purpose, or simply how to live a more healthy life. And right now, the needs are far greater than I've ever experienced before. Am I releasing the pain and problems of the world? Am I giving it all to God? Am I trusting in the goodness within? So then, in reminding myself from within, I am here to care and share. I'm here to do the work and always return to love. I am to freely share what I have and give to those I can. I'm here to listen to God's voice. This is my choice. And when I have faith, I'm confident. When I listen to God, I'm at peace. When I trust what I hear, I know what to say. And when I'm happy, I am free. And so it is, I must let go. And so it is, I must listen within. And so it is, I must trust and follow what I hear. And so it is, I must choose happiness. What Gregory called joy. Same thing. I love myself. Very important. in my life. I pray that you love yourself and that you love your life. I love giving and sharing, and I love listening and caring about each and every one who comes. And more are coming every day. And I love being happy and willing to learn. And so I do. I learn from you. I learn from the children we care for. I learn from the grown-ups who are lost and afraid. I learn from the heat being out in our office. I learn from the emails, the loving reminders that don't go through. I learn from it all because I love. And if I don't learn from you, and I mean the greater you, then I'm not happy, and I don't really share my love. So I am love, and I am loving you, Betty Lue, and I'm loving all of you too. So I guess what I would share with you is that my life is forgiving. And I know this life is a gift. It's a gift to me. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. And it's a gift to you. And when I'm not giving the gift of my life, I would not choose to be. Because giving is happiness for me. Giving is the way I free myself. And the topic was about giving good news and about the birth of the Christ. And it is Advent, the coming of the Christ, and reminding us that the Christ lives within us. You want to let her in, Kelly? She wanted to come in and she thought it was locked. So I don't want to turn anyone away from the inn, and I saw her come to the door.
Hey, Marcy.
So what I want you to be aware of is that Christ is already in you. And love has always existed in you from the moment you were birthed and before. And when you're not living that life, when I'm not living that life as a gift to be given and received, then we're not going to be happy and free. The true meaning of Christ's Mass, the Mass, the service, the church, the center of your spiritual beingness, is to recognize the light within, which we often call Christ. That's the light within. And you are that light. And your life is always to be given and received, to find your own true happiness and health and prosperity. So let it be. Thank you.